This is CPM Precalculus, Chapter 3, number 63. So solve each equation without using logarithms. Alright, so A, we're solving for x. We have 2 to the x is equal to 8 to the x minus 1. Right, so what we've been doing lately is we've been finding a common base when we're looking at expressions with a base and an exponent. A base and an exponent. So the common base here, well, is there any root of 8 that gives us 2? And there is, the cube root, right? Because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So this, let's rewrite this as 2 to the x. And 8 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2. Or let's just say 2 cubed, right? This doesn't change anything so far. I'm keeping the left side that, and I'm just changing the right side by rewriting 8. Okay, so that's 2 to the x is equal to 2, and since we have exponents, multiple layers, we can go ahead and multiply those exponents together, right? That's the same thing as taking multiple exponents as layers. Common base, so set the exponents equal to each other, right? Exponent equals exponent. Solve for x, distribute the 3. 3x minus 3 equals to x. Let's go ahead and combine like terms. So let's minus 3x to both sides. Negative 2x is equal to negative 3. Divide both sides by negative 2. And we're left with x is equal to negative 3 over negative 2, which is positive 3 over 2. Okay? And let's go ahead and get in the habit of not simplifying our fractions using a calculator, because this is equal to 1.5. Right, if we plug it into our calculator, we would get 1.5. But let's not write it like that. Let's go ahead and get used to it as a fraction. Okay? Let's go on to part B. Part B says 4 to the negative x is equal to 8 to the power of x plus 2. Well, again, we have base, exponent. So let's go ahead and ask ourselves, is there a common base that we can transform these into? Well, I know 4 can be represented as 2 squared, right? 2 squared is 4, so we just rewrite it like that. 8 we just talked about is 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, which equals 8, which is the same as 2 to the power of 3, right? So I'm just rewriting 8 as 2 to the power of 3. Now I can use the properties of exponents to say this is the same as 2 to the power of 2 times negative x. It's not 2 minus x, be careful here. It's 2 times negative x equals to 2 to the power of 3 times x plus 2. Okay? 3 times x plus 2 there. Now we have the same base. We can set the exponents equal to each other. 2 times negative x is equal to 3 times x plus 2. 2 times negative x is just negative 2x. Distribute the 3. So we have 3 times x, and 3 times 2 is 6. Solving for x, let's go ahead and subtract 3x from both sides. Negative 5x is equal to 6. Divide negative 5. And we have x here is equal to 6 over negative 5, which is the same as negative 6/5. Right? Let's box our answer. Again, let's leave it in this format instead of changing it to like negative 1.2 or whatever. Okay? Let's go on to C. C gives us 7 to the power of 1/2 x plus 3 is equal to 1. Alright, so this is going to be a little bit of a, just a trick finder, alright? Because can we write 7 and 1 as the same base? So right away you might say no, but if you think about the properties of exponents, you would change your mind. So let's talk about those. Remember, if we have x to the power of 0, that equals to 1, right? So can I change this as something else? Well, this is equal to anything to the power of 0 almost, right? So we can write that as 7 to the power of 0. If we have 7 to the power of 0, that's equal to 1, right? 7 to the power of 0 is equal to 1. This is just a bubble here of thoughts, a cloud bubble. So we can rewrite 1 as 7 to the power of 0. And over here we have 7 to the power of 1/2 x plus 3. Same base now, we could set the exponents equal to each other. So this was a nice trick to remember. 1 can always be written as something to the power of 0. Then we have 1/2 x plus 3 equals to 0, two exponents. Solve for x, subtract 3 from both sides. We have 1/2 x equals to -3. Cancel this, we can either divide by 1/2 or multiply both sides by 2. Multiplying both sides by 2 is the same as dividing by 1/2. 2 times 1/2 is 1, so we get x is equal to -3 times 2. So that's -6, right? And that's going to end for us CPM Precalculus Chapter 3, number 63.